Hey there, everybody. Welcome into this edition of Extra Time, an extra special Easter Sunday edition of Extra Time.
Hey there, everybody.
Steve Nicol, Alejandro Moreno, and Frank LaBeouf with us, and I'm out.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get the questions.
I thought he was going for the eggs for us.
I don't have quite the breakaway speed out that you do.
Going to join the people
change
in
your
the
pace.
bar.
Change your pace.
Guys, I know. I don't know, guys, but I don't know if you watch a little bit of French television or football in France. You should see. I invite you to go on internet to see Ludovic Blas from Nantes scoring in the semi-final against Lyon the goal of maybe the year. Really, control with the chest, push with the shoulder, and the volley in the top corner.
What's his name?
That's exquisite.
What was his name?
Sorry?
What was his name, Frank?
Ludovic Blas. Blas. B-L-A-S.
Frank, that was
B-L-A-S.
Okay.
That was
I'll have a
midweek,
look at
right? That was midweek.
That was midweek, yeah. That was 4 days ago, yeah. Exceptional goal.
We'll get to the questions in a second.
I'm just saying. I thought we were getting breaking news from Frank,
I
but
know, yeah.
not.
4 days
It's a
ago.
little 4-day-old news from Frank.
Ale, do you remember the...
It's just because I know that you're not interested what's going on in my country, so I just want to give you some heads up, guys.
There it is.
Oh, he's not wrong.
We got him.
Voilà. Voilà.
Speaking of voila, do you remember in the show when it was Stevie using tête-à-tête and then Frank
Yes.
following it up? Where did that come from, Stevie?
Deep.
What do you mean, do you remember the show? It was only half an hour ago. It was like 30 minutes ago.
Having a laugh.
Listen,
Frank, how was Stevie's pronunciation there?
That was all right, Frank, wasn't it? He understood it.
It's a tête-à-tête, but it's very romantic. When you have a tête-à-tête, it's very romantic. It's not, you know, it's about love. We are talking about love.
Okay, so what would have been a better word for what we saw
with
then in the Arsenal-Liverpool? What's a better French word for that, if it's not tête-à-tête? No, maybe we'll ask Stevie.
See?
There's no word for that.
I don't waste words.
Stevie.
Yeah.
What?
All right, let's get to the
there is
questions.
no
Let's get. Ezio asks, as an opposition player, when Liverpool has the momentum and Anfield is on top of you, how do you slow things down and regain control of the game? Frank?
When Liverpool had the momentum, yeah. Well, as Stevie said during the show, when he was talking about the tête-à-tête, he also said, you know, that you do what you can and you deal with the momentum against you. That's what it is, because you have the old Anfield against you. You have 11 fantastic players, so you try to deal. You hope that everybody's going to stick to the same idea, but you just try to survive, because that's what it is, and it's always like that when you play against a top team.
It's kind of the opposite today, huh? It was Stevie Liverpool that didn't have the momentum and then got it back.
Yeah. No, it's harder today to disrupt the game than it used to be. I mean, it used to be you could just start kicking people. You could definitely waste a lot more time than you can today. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could do back then that you can't do today. So it's harder today. It's okay to say that's what you should do. Slow the game down. Well, okay, I know that's what would make it easier for us. The problem is, how do you? Unless you have the ball, then you can't slow the game down. You have to go with the opposition.
You know, it would help, and this is something that is not done very well nowadays in today's game, and it's a skill that perhaps is overlooked by attacking players. It would help if you had a striker who could play with his back to goal. Hold up play, good old school hold up play, somebody who you can dump the ball into, he's gonna hold it up, and it allows the team to get their lines forward. And at the very least, you know he's gonna hold it up, but if he's not holding it up, at the very least he's gonna draw a foul. And then you take a step forward, you take your time to take the foul, take the air out of the ball, and do that enough times, you may just break the rhythm of the opposition, in this case with Liverpool.
Don't Hutchison has our next question. It's for Frank, but I think we can all probably have a crack at this. Is Virgil van Dijk way past his best now? You could argue he was at fault for the first Arsenal goal as well. As a former center back yourself, what's he not doing as well as he was a few seasons ago when he was the top defender in world football? What do you think, Frank?
Well, I think the injury that he got is maybe the explanation why he's not the same player. I think also he lost his confidence, maybe. Before, it was like everything was going right. I remember that for a year, no player were able to take him on. He was so confident about himself, about his skills, about his anticipation, that everything was working well with him. But that's football. Football is made of human decisions. And sometimes you, like Marcus Rashford offensively, you know that he's going to score. It was the same with Van Dijk, that he knew he would have gotten the ball any time in a tete-a-tete, because that's the word of today, you know, in a tete-a-tete. But that's what it was before his injury. Now we feel that there is a kind of hesitation every time he makes a decision. And that's the hesitation who makes him late at some point. But it's also, as we explained, for the goal when you had the cross on Gabriel Jesus' goal, where he has nobody in front of him, but doesn't look behind. And the Van Dijk before his injury would have never done that. But maybe he would have been helped at the time by others, which is not the case right now. And it's like they're all isolated when it doesn't work. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk in the middle, where before they were working so much together that they were compensating the problems of each other. It's not the case. And Van Dijk was the first one to compensate everybody's mistakes at the back. But he's not doing it anymore. And that's why maybe you can see Trent and Alexander having trouble, but also Van Dijk having trouble because nobody is fit enough to compensate.
Is don't Hutchison being too harsh here on Virgil van Dijk?
Probably not. Well, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, he's not past his best.
So yes or no?
No.
Yeah, the question is way past his best. You don't agree with that?
No, he's not way past his best. Absolutely, he can get back to where he was. I don't think anybody would argue that he's not doing what he had been doing. But he's not done. He can come back and be the Virgil van Dijk we know. But I'm with Frank. And the other thing as well is that, you know, when he was compensating for other people's mistakes defensively, at that time, we're talking about half a yard here and half a yard there. Right now, Liverpool's back line has gigantic holes in it. And so when you try and compensate, a lot of the times you end up in no man's land. Because you're stepping out of position too far, you end up leaving your own space and not covering the other space, so you end up not doing a job. That's what's happening to him right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Next question on Chelsea. Frank, should Lampard just play the younger guys and give them some quality game time in the remaining games this season, and in essence, give up on the main squad who clearly lack passion and execution?
Well, I think Frank Lampard has been hired to help getting through Real Madrid run tie. And after, if they are out of the business, yeah, he can try whatever he wants. You know, he's not going to be relegated. He's not going to get Europe. He might not stay, so he can try whatever he wants. I think everybody is trying to find a solution to make Chelsea better. But because of the amount of players there are in the squad, because they don't know what to do, because you have some very important players injured as well, and because you don't have a striker, and because you made so many wrong decisions hiring players who are not in the standard or who are not bringing something different or better to the squad, you have 39 players and you don't know what to do with them. And you don't know how to play with them. And it's not Frank Lampard with all his feeling, all his love for the club, who's going to solve the problems out. You have to start from scratch, and I don't know how it's possible to do so when you have some players having like 8 years contract. That's unbearable for me. I don't know. Good luck to the board, but they put themselves in that mess, so deal with it.
Oh, Stevie, you're not going to like this
Oh,
one.
no.
With Lisandro Martinez part of a defensive line with the most clean sheets this season, when are you going to finally admit his greatness? Is this the moment?
Well, judging by your partly smug question, the way you said it.
Wait a second, I don't send the questions in. I may have read it in a smug way.
Let me just say something. Liverpool won the Champions League, correct? And Liverpool won the Premier League, correct? Are you telling me that Trent Alexander-Arnold was an absolutely brilliant fullback that has somehow lost his way? Or has Trent Alexander always been the player he is today?
What does that have to do with Lisandro Martinez?
Well, because the question there would indicate that the reason that they've got the clean sheets and all the rest of it is because of Martinez. Right? My counter argument is you can have a weakness and still manage to win games or keep clean sheets. Liverpool won the Champions League with a right back that can't defend.
Right.
They won the Premier League with a right back that can't defend. So does that mean that that Trent Alexander was a great defender when they won the Premier League and the Champions League?
Who do you think is taller?
So, hold on,
Sorry, go ahead. No, please.
No, the point you're making is that a defender doesn't get credit for the clean sheets.
Well, exactly.
Can't
Well,
get all the
it's kind of strange that future Ballon d'Or has conveniently forgotten. Did you see the Martinez when the Anfield not that long ago?
Yes, not his best.
Or does that not count? That doesn't count.
It wasn't a clean sheet.
That doesn't count.
It wasn't a clean sheet.
Apparently, that doesn't count.
Who do you think is taller, Stevie? Seb or Lisandro Martinez?
Oh, it's tight. It's tough between him and Seb.
Come on, I'm definitely taller. How tall is he? I don't know. What's his list?
See, hold on. Let me just say something.
Yeah.
Martinez is a good defender. I'm just telling you that with what he has, if I'm picking a team, he's way down the list when it comes to centre-backs that I want. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the guy is rubbish, he doesn't deserve to be in the Premier League, and I never said that. All I said was I wasn't buying all this hype about how brilliant he was. That's my point.
5'9".
5'9", he's listed at 5'9"?
Yeah.
I'm taller.
Well, hold on a second.
Well, I mean, you throw a little hair.
Wait a second.
What are you?
How tall do you
5'9".
list?
What are you?
I list at 5'9". No, you don't think how tall are you?
Well,
Taller than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody is ever as tall as they're listed.
I'm a legit 5'9". Measured in the doctor's office a couple months ago. She even said, maybe I'll give you 5'9" and 1/16. So, I mean, clearly 5'9", towering above you.
You were begging for 1/16? Hey, Doc, have I grown over the last 2 months?
You must have your heels on.
Guys, don't worry. Size is not the size is not the most important, you know.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
The height, sorry.
For
the
that,
height
Frank.
is not
Yes.
the most important.
No, it's not. All right, what do we got here? Anything else?
Yeah, you okay? Can you?
Well, you've got the thing in front of you.
That's
You're
it.
the one. You're
That's
the one
it. We're
running
done.
the show.
We're done.
Seems to have gone off the rails a bit.
We're done talking about my height. I'm gonna get those shoes that give you like 2 or 3 extra
6'1",
inches.
by the way, guys.
6'1", claims
Oh,
Frank
another
LaBeouf.
pair of them.
That means he's 5'10". All right, ESPN FC available for you every single day. We'll see you back here on Monday.